Ever since DJI released the Osmo Pocket 3, it has been the go-to gimbal camera for content creators. But now Insta360 is entering into the fray with the new Luna Ultra. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this camera that promises 8K recording up to 30p, as well as advanced AI tracking features and a dual camera setup to give you real optical zoom versus digital zoom. So let's go ahead and open up the box and see what we have inside. Oh, there we go. All right, so first we have the Insta360 Luna Ultra camera and a protective shell. Then if we take out this tray, we have the standard 1/4-20 base without a battery. Now, I got the standard kit. Insta360 did not send this to me. I obtained it myself, and they have no input on this video. They don't even know I'm making the video, for full transparency. So I got the standard kit. I didn't get the creator combo. I just got the standard one for now, so I could check everything out. So inside the box, we have, we have the lanyard. We have the USB C-to-C charging cable. We have a wind muff, not a dead cat, just a wind muff for the built-in mic on the camera. And then, of course, we have the instruction manual, quick warranty card, and we have some Insta360 stickers, which is really cool. I love that they give you a lot of that stuff. And then we have the safety guidelines book as well. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this stuff back in this box for now, just so it's out of my way and I don't have a huge mess. All right, so let me go ahead and pop that back in there. I'll pop this in here, and we'll take a look at the Luna Ultra itself. Okay, so this is the camera within its protective shell housing. It has a quick snap to open button on the side there, and this is the Luna Ultra itself. And the hard shell, protective shell case does have magnetic sections to hold the wide angle lens and the black mist filter within this case, along with the camera. Now here we have the camera itself. It has a large microphone built in right here on this side. And then on the front side, we have the joystick, the power on and off button, as well as shutter button. And we have the zoom in and out rocker switch as well. Now this camera works like similar to the Osmo Pocket 3. So you rotate the screen to turn it on. And there you have it. Now the camera is on and ready for use. And we'll go ahead and look at some of the different options here. If we swipe into the menu, we have the basic settings: brightness, audio, landscape, or portrait orientation. We have a settings gear icon. Hopefully you can see all those on the screen. And then we have quick capture and various gimbal modes. If we swipe, we have audio settings. We have wireless mic, we have program custom buttons, and we have Bluetooth accessories in this submenu. And that is it for that part. So this camera is, of course, new on the market. So, of course, it is designed to work with the new Wireless Mic Pro that I recently reviewed, also from Insta360. Now, in addition to the menu subsections we had here, we can go, let me swipe back down. Let me swipe down. And then if I go to the left, you'll see I have access to the storage. I can format it, all that good stuff, a quick format or a low level format. Now, one thing to mention that is unique to this camera does have 48 gigabytes of internal storage. So that is pretty cool. I really like the idea of that. And you can choose which storage you want to use for your recordings between the 47 gigs that's built in and your external micro SD card. Now, this thing can take a micro SD card up to 1 terabyte in capacity. So you can do quite a bit of recording, but keep in mind, if you are shooting in 8K, even a 1 terabyte card, you're probably going to start filling up pretty quickly. So just keep that in mind. Now, in addition, the front part of the camera here, where the preview screen is, if you squeeze, it's detachable, and you can use it as a remote control and remote preview screen with the actual Luna Ultra camera, which is pretty cool. I really love that functionality. I think more camera companies should have gone with a design similar to this, just because I think it makes things a little bit easier when you're a solo content creator like myself. Now, on the side here, on the opposite side, we do have, let me turn the camera back off for now so the gimbal stops flopping around. If we turn it around to the side here, below the release for the screen detachment, we do have a rubber grommet that you can pluck out. If I can get to it here real quick. Come on. All right. And that reveals your micro SD card slot, which you should see there, and see my micro SD card inserted in the camera. So that is where your SD card goes. And then on the bottom, all we have is lanyard ports for the lanyard. And then we have a USB-C port on the very bottom, which is for interfacing with the accessories that you can get for this, including the battery grip, the basic base that I have, as well as any other devices. And you can also charge through that port. Now, the basic base with the 1/4-20 on it that I have here, that's all that came with mine. On the bottom, it does have fold out metal tripod feet, so it can act as a nice stable tripod for your camera. So I can just go ahead like so, and I can pop it right on there. I like the fact that the accessories have the side attachment clips to lock them on, just like the DJI, except the ones for this camera are quite a bit bigger, so it'll make it a little bit easier to work with them. And then, of course, you push the button on the front of this to release the flanges and take this piece back off. So you have a nice little mini tripod that's built into the standard base, and it's my understanding the battery base has one built into it as well, which is really cool. All right, so let's go over some of the image quality information for this particular camera. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this camera does shoot 8K at up to 30 frames per second. It can do 4K to 120 frames per second, and it can do 1080p full HD up to 240 per second, frames per second. So super slow-mo. It is capable of 10-bit recording and Dolby Vision HDR, as well as it has its own log file format that you can use called iLog if you want to do your own color grading in post-processing. That's entirely up to you, but you do have that option, which I think is really cool. A lot of these cameras do give you that. So I'm going to go ahead and take the camera outside, and I'm going to shoot some footage that I can show to you. And we'll do a little bit more of looking at the on-screen functionality. I'll use my Insta360 Go 3S on the magnet necklace mount, and then we can go over those kind of things, and we can get some sample footage while we're outside in the area where I'm currently, Tina and I are staying with our daughter Heather and our 2 grandsons. Oh, and I did want to also mention my 10-year-old grandson Kendrick, who made me the bird airplane in the previous video, also made me this cool little bracelet out of colored rubber bands, and it has some charms on it. One is a pepperoni pizza, one is a boombox, and one is a donut, because Grandpa loves pizza and Dunkin' Donuts. So a shout out once again to Kendrick Smith for making this for me, as well as to his brother Jameson and his sister Callie. Grandpa loves all of you. All right, so let's go outside and shoot some footage with the new Insta360 Luna Ultra camera. All right, so to make things easier on myself, I went ahead and paired one of my Insta360 Mic Pros to the Insta360 Luna camera so I could use it outdoors here to shoot video and get good quality audio with it. So I'm just doing a walk around my daughter's neighborhood in Southport, testing out this camera. And we're just going to shoot some, traditional footage just to give you an idea of how this camera works. We'll test out the zoom functionality and all of that good stuff as well. So let's get on with it. Okay, so I'm walking at a brisk pace, and you can see the gimbal stabilization works extremely well, just like it does on the Pocket 3, which is fantastic. And if I choose to turn around here, I can go ahead and test the zoom. So we're currently up to, let's see here, 2 times zoom. We're going to 3 times zoom. We're at 6 times zoom right there. And then we can go all the way to 12 times zoom. Now, of course, at 12 times zoom, it is going to impact your image quality a bit, your footage quality. But overall, it's not bad. I mean, it still looks pretty usable. So that's really cool. And let's go ahead and zoom back out. Oh, let's go back to 6 times. And we can use the 6 times zoom. And just the gimbal here. There we go. And then we can walk around using 6 times zoom. Now, the other nice thing about this, and I'm going to show you in a moment here, is the fact that we can also use the 6 times zoom for pretty much kind of sort of macro. The resolution is really good. So let me get up close to these leaves here. And as you can see there, we're getting lots of detail. And I can even back it off some more. Bring it back down to 3. And you can see we can get lots of detail in these leaves being fairly close to them. And the dynamic range is fantastic as well. Now, I did also shoot some sample slow motion video as well as low light video using the pure video mode last night when we were at our son's house for a little while. So I'll be adding those clips into this video so that you can see all of that for yourselves as well. But as you can see, the Insta360 Luna Ultra is one heck of a good camera. Oh, I'm zoomed in a little bit too far on myself. There we go. We'll back out the 1 times again. So you can see it's a very excellent gimbal camera. We have the 1 lens, the main lens for the 1 time zoom is a 1-inch sensor, and the zoom lens that goes up to 12 times has a 1/1.3 sensor. So a little bit smaller sensor than the main lens has, but that's so you can get the performance that you need with optical zoom versus digital zoom, or combining the two, as well as getting excellent quality 4 or 8K video when you're using the 1x lens, the main lens with the 1-inch sensor. Either way, you're going to get fantastic footage. And Insta360 software is really great as well. So you can easily edit your software, or edit your video, I should say, using the Insta360 app on your phone or tablet, or using their studio app on your desktop computer. Either way, they've got you covered, and their software is really fantastic as well. It's another one of the things that I've really loved since I switched to Insta360, is the fact that their software is so good, as are their cameras. Now, again, for full transparency, this is not a sponsored video. Insta360 did not send me this unit. I acquired it myself with my own money, and they have no input in this video. They will not see the video before you, the general public. So just for full transparency. So right now, I'm using the Insta360 Luna camera, and I've actually got the remote screen detached with the camera controls. And so I can walk around and use this any way I want to get any kind of footage I want. And I can have a good preview of whatever I'm filming. Like this is our daughter's car. She's got a Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness Edition, which she absolutely loves. I helped her buy a car last year. I helped her negotiate a good deal when she got rid of her Subaru Legacy. So as you can see here, we can get some really great footage, and I can use the screen separately so that I can get the kind of footage I want. Let me get down a little bit lower here. There we go. And then of course I can zoom in to the Subaru Wilderness badge on the side of her vehicle. That's pretty cool. I love that. And then I can also capture some details of her vehicle, stuff like that. Makes it really cool. And then I can come around to the front side and I can get the Subaru logo up close and personal. And look at the great detail that we get. I mean, it just looks absolutely fantastic. I love this camera and the quality of video that I get with it. It is just top notch. Now we have a gentleman over down the street that is mowing. So we're going to zoom in a little bit. And there we can see him out mowing. He glanced back at me, probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. I don't want to disturb him too much. We'll let him get about with mowing lawn and doing his own thing while we're doing our own thing out here as well. So, like I said, as you can see, this is a really fantastic camera. I really like it a lot. I had been hoping for quite a while now that Insta360 would come out with their own gimbal camera. Because as you know, I got rid of my GoPros a few years back because I got tired of the overheating and the software bugs and those and so on and so forth. So I switched to Insta360 after watching, doing research and watching a lot of review videos from tech YouTubers that I trust, as well as photographer and videographer YouTubers that I trust. And I decided to go with Insta360. I did try the DJI Osmo Action 3 and 4, and they were both great cameras as well. But I know I just kind of like the Insta360 ecosystem a little bit more. And I kept hoping that they would come out with their own gimbal camera to round out my collection. And now that they have, I will no longer need to shoot with my Pocket 3, which, as you know from previous videos, I absolutely love the Pocket 3. I've had it for I think 2 or 3 years now, and it's been a fantastic gimbal camera. But it will be nice to have all of my cameras from the same manufacturer and in the same ecosystem using the same software. That'll just make my entire workflow a little bit easier, which is also a good thing. That's a great thing for me, to be honest. Now, one of the things I forgot to mention earlier in this video is there's 2 additional controls on the Luna, the Insta360 Luna Ultra. And that's these 2 right here on the bottom part of the screen. And these are actually programmable buttons. So if I wanted to say, set one of those buttons to lock my gimbal, I can go to custom buttons. I can say right button. And what do I want it to do? Single press, double press. Let's see, single press, lock and unlock gimbal. And then I could go back and say for the left button, can I get to the left one? There we go. Left button. Maybe I want that one to, for the single press, maybe I want that to, I can have it do pano mode, enter a barrel roll. Yeah, for the heck of it, let's say barrel roll for now, just for giggles. So there I have that. And the reason you might want to have a command button that you can lock the gimbal with is in case you want to do simulated drone footage or very low angle footage. So if I wanted to do very low angle footage, what I would do is I would take off the screen and controls, and then I could turn the gimbal upside down on my invisible selfie stick, and I can frame it this way, and then I don't have to worry about the gimbal locking onto something and screwing up my shot. You know what I mean? So now I can actually do a shot like this. I can ninja walk slowly so that I can get good quality footage, just like this. And that's all I would need to get this kind of low angle footage. That way I wouldn't have to crouch down with the camera and try to position the gimbal the way I want it and all that stuff, which would be a royal pain in the butt. But then I can do that, and then also, if I wanted to, I can do simulated drone footage. So I'm going to demonstrate that now in this next segment. So now I've got my gimbal locked, and I've got it extended up on my invisible selfie stick, and I can use this setup to simulate drone footage without actually having a drone, which is really cool, and it can make everything a whole lot easier for me when I want to carry a limited amount of gear but want to have different types of shots that I can use. Just makes it a lot handier to be able to do this. So here I'm actually demonstrating the pure light video mode, or pure video mode, I mean, for low light performance. And as you can see, it works extremely well on this camera, just like it does on the Ace Pro and the Ace Pro 2 cameras and Insta360's other high quality cameras. So again, here we are testing the pure video mode for low light performance, and it is currently 9:36 p.m. on the East Coast. So you can see that the pure video mode does work extremely well in low light conditions, just like all of Insta360's other high quality cameras. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for subscribing and watching to the end. If you're not currently a subscriber, go ahead and smack that bell and subscribe button, and leave any questions or comments you have about the Insta360 Luna Ultra camera. As you saw, the AI tracking was really good when I have it on my face like I do now. I can move around and it follows me. It does a good job of that. And I can just tap on my face and it moves back and forth with me, which I really like, just like my other one does, the Osmo Pocket 3. So, but that is going to be it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching it to the end, and I will see you again in the next video.